math review for today is from the workbook, pages 94 and 95. But I am not going to go over question number 1 because this I would like you to post a picture of in Seesaw, and then I'm going to give you feedback that way instead. So, okay, first one. Eric jogged every day from Monday to Friday. He recorded the distances in a chart. Display these data. Okay, cool. All right, so okay, so he ran on Monday. Now this is nice because they already gave us the title, which is, remember, our first mark. They have labeled the x-axis and they've labeled the increments of like the data on the x-axis. So technically that's like half a mark, and technically this is half a mark. Then they've also labeled the y-axis, including the brackets of the units, which would be half a mark, and they've also put in appropriate like labels, which would be another half mark. So far we have a total of 3 marks. Those are just halves each, okay? The next thing is an appropriate scale. So they've appropriate and also consistent scale, which they have done. So that's the 4th mark. Now we're on to 5 and 6. So 5 would be plotting of the data. So first we have Monday at 1 kilometer, Tuesday at 1.5 kilometers, Wednesday at 2 kilometers, Thursday at, oh geez, he's really on a steady increase here, 2.5, and then Friday he ran 3.5 kilometers. Feeling more energetic that day, I guess. Okay, now, okay, so technically we have plotted the data accurately, okay, that would be our 5th mark. And then for our 6th mark, we need to decide whether we are going to connect the data points or if we're going to leave them apart. Now remember, we connect them only if it's continuous data, and then we leave them apart if it is discrete data. So what we had to think is, well, is it possible to have fraction or half values of each of the axes? Does that make sense? Well, okay, for distance, it makes sense. Sure, yeah, okay, you could run 1.23 kilometers. Sure, you could run 5.9 kilometers. That would work. But is it possible to have half a day? Like, is he continuously moving? Is this a trip where he's continuously, I don't know, traveling maybe to the mall or traveling to Dubai or something? No, it is not. So in this case, we are going to leave the data points apart to show that it's discrete data. So in this case, this person would have gotten 6. But for you guys, it's really only out of 2. 1 for accurate plotting of each of the data points, and then the 2nd for knowing that it should not be connected. Okay, so again, I'm just going to actually show this one. So if we had temperature on Jake's birthday, okay, yeah, so time of the day and then temperature. Right, we can have a fraction. There would be moments that we could possibly record data between these points, right? And likewise with the temperature, whatever we can measure, then 100%, yeah, we know there's going to be possibility of fraction points. Okay, so you have to think about the are the fractions possible. Is the data continuously able to be gained in both of the axes? Okay, if the answer is yes to both, then and only then do you connect the dots. Okay, next is Sammy measured the mass of her dog. Okay, oh right, this one you are going to be doing, and I'm going to be giving you comments on that individually. And then, yeah, so just make sure that you've zoomed in on like this one question. That'd be super. Okay, next one. Would you use a line graph or would you use a series of points to display the data in each of the different sets? Explain your choices. Okay, so number of lunches sold in the cafeteria each day of the month. What do we think? It should be series of points. Okay, why? Okay, because you wouldn't sell a lunch on like at every single moment throughout the day, right? So lunches sold in full amount on a moment each day, okay? You wouldn't continuously be selling them, and there wouldn't be like continuously like fractions that would be coming in. If it was super close, so say for example, like revenue raised from McDonald's over the course of a week, then yeah, you actually could plot that with a line graph because it would be money, income, right? You could have fills, dirhams, dollars, cents, you could get fractions. And then if they wanted to, since they sell, like they're open 24 hours around the clock, then yeah, you could chart that on a line graph. Okay, next one, water, volume of water in a bathtub as it fills. Okay, well that one would be a line graph. Okay, because the water is continuously being added over a continuous, over like a steady, or like like a continuous or steady length of time. Steady length of time. Okay, so technically this would be out of 2, reason and the answer, and then this is out of 2, reason and the answer. Okay, that was short. That is actually it. Just please make sure that you have done this, because this is going to count for a homework mark.